Hi, Erin Curran, unmistakable entrepreneur and author of Hate Your Way to Happiness. Today, I want to talk with you about this idea of why. Why is it so important to ask yourself why? Why do you want something? Why are you going after something? Why is a particular way of life, type of business, sort of jewelry kind of dress? Why do you like the foods that you like? Why do you want to lose the weight? Why do you want to own a condo? Why do you want to get married and have a family? Why? 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 It's all vitally important. And here's the thing. So, you're going through life, and as a very tiny child, we come in and our brains are super spongy, ready to soak up anything and everything that we hear from the people around us. We are a blank canvas, wide open, here to learn the ropes. And so there's so many things that we pick up from our environment that just become automatic. We assume that that's the way the world is. Because in the environment where we're being raised, that is the way the world is. And the brain is a super efficient organ. It will actually learn these lessons and file them away so that it doesn't have to think anymore about them. It can move on to something that's a little bit more interesting or exciting. This can become a challenge later on in life when we're trying to accomplish something that we say that we want, that we think that we want, but we never seem to actually take any ground in getting what we want. So, what that could look like is um, I say that I want to be an accountant. I go to school, I take all of the classes, I do all of the stuff. I'm good at numbers, I'm good at accounting. I end up in accounting, and then 20 years later, I'm bored and I'm fighting desperately to get out of it. If I had known why, if I had asked myself why I was interested in accounting back then I might not have chosen accounting as the field to go into. It's also, why do I like this particular person? Why am I interested in marrying him or her? We don't stop to think about these things. And then, we meet somebody, we get swept away by the romance of the immediate relationship, the high emotions and the extraordinary, exciting feelings, and just all of the juiciness of it. We don't stop to ask ourselves questions. Are we compatible? Are we searching for the same things? What is it that you want and why do you want it? So then 20 years later, if you make it that long, you're looking at each other going, I don't know why I'm with you. You've got kids, you've got mortgages, you've got stuff, and it's just really challenging to get out of all of it. Why are we talking about this right now? Well, the last few videos that I've created, we have been talking about pursuit. We've been talking about creation. We've been talking about breaking the goals down into the smallest denominations. And one of the things that I've been experiencing, and I have heard from people that I've spoken with, people that I've been working with, that even though we break it down to something that is so super stupid simple, I still can't follow through. Why is it so bloody hard to drink 96 ounces of water every single day? It's basically one alarm at the top of the hour, drinking 6 ounces for 15 hours, and it's done. Super easy. It's not rocket science. And I still have only accomplished it on 25% of the days in the last 5 weeks. It's just something that I'm not making time for. And yet, for several years now, I've been saying it's something that I feel like I want or I feel like I need. Obviously, there's a disconnect someplace. Also, I use my Aura ring to track my steps. I have been working at a desk as an accountant for a very long time. Content creation is a similar thing where you sit a lot, not a super active kind of a space. And I will get little messages on my phone saying, "Hey, do you think it's time to get up and stretch your legs? You've been sitting for a little while." In order for me to get to my goal of 8,000 steps, I have to create a very specific intervention on the days that I'm buzzing around, like if I am working on production for a personal development seminar, if I happen to be processing a lot of paperwork or onboarding, or am on a social kind of a day where we're going shopping and we're buzzing around running errands, it's not a problem to get my steps in. I get 10, 12,000 steps easy. On a normal Monday through Friday, it's my regular week. Let's get some mind focused sorts of things done. 5 to 6,000 steps consistently. 8,000 steps on a Monday through Friday, normal kind of a day, takes an intentional scheduling of a 30-minute, mile and a half walk. That'll get me right around 9,000. Simple. It's crystal clear. You could not get smarter, more specific, more measurable, more achievable, more realistic, and more time-based. And yet, it still challenges me. Why? Because for me, my health and well-being, for as long as I can remember, I have put it to the specific, measurable, achievable, real goal of a number. And that number doesn't light me up. I know that when I'm at that number, I feel really good. I know that when I'm at that number and I'm doing the things to keep myself at that number, that it works. My body feels better. But when I put the number down on paper and just say that my goal is that number as a target, and I am not reminding myself of why I want that number, why I want that condo, I want that job, I want that. And even in my coaching practice, there's a dollar figure that I'm playing for. But here's the thing, the dollar figure or the weight goal or the end game will show up when you focus on the feeling. But when you focus on the number, when you focus on the finish line without imagining how it's going to feel to cross that finish line, it gets lost. It just becomes another thing to add on to the stack. So, why ask why? 2 reasons. 1, your goal might not be your own. You might be bloody comfortable being 190 pounds. It might just be the way you are, and it might work for you. 160 might be something that society has decided that's good for you, your mother decided was good for you. It could be glory days you're trying to get back to. It might not really light you up. However, if 190 represents tight pants, clothes that you don't like, things that you're not interested in, your chest hurts, you can't breathe well, and your ankles are sore, and your knees are crunchy, and your body just doesn't function, and you're tired all the time. Whereas 160 means that you're able to get up on stage, you're able to convey a level of energy, you're able to sleep well at night, you are able to fit into clothes that you enjoy. You might even actually have a suitcase or a section of your closet set aside with some of these clothes, hoping you'll get back into that number because the number's been on your vision board or on your goal sheet for several years now. If that number has been on your goal sheet for several numbers now, chances are you're not really related to your why, or it might be somebody else's goal. So you want to check to see, why is it that I'm interested in this? Did I just hear about it? Did I think that this is what I'm supposed to be playing for because accountants are nice, solid jobs, and coaches, what the hell is a coach? Is it something that I'm interested in? Because as a coach, it's a high energy kind of a field. I'm going to need to be able to be with you. I have to want to look good. Well, I mean, from the perspective of being presentable, who wants to work with a coach who looks horrible, like bags under the eyes and hair is all a mess and clothes are always horrible. Like, if you're not going to take the time to put you together just to take a 10-minute video, why the heck am I going to listen to you? Also, if you're not able to accomplish your goals, then why would people want to listen to you? If I'm saying that I'm an accountability coach and yet I can't hold myself accountable, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. I can hold myself accountable when it really matters. And so then the question is, why does it really matter? And what would I like to accomplish that really does make a difference for me, that matters for me in the long term? As you think about your goals, here we are, we're about a quarter away from the end of the year. What can you do to begin to accomplish what you say you want? How can you double check to make sure that what you're looking at actually is what you want? And how can you create some energy and excitement around those goals that will have you actually take ground in those areas? Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter how motivated you get, how fantastic your plan is, or how wonderful your coach is. Your coach can be 100% invested in your success, love you, adore you, and want the best for you. But if you don't know what you want, or if what you say you want isn't really yours, and you don't know why you want it, or you want it for something that really doesn't excite you, it doesn't matter. Your coach isn't going to be able to help you. That program isn't going to get you to where you want to go. No, no outside force is going to be able to dynamite your ass off of that mountaintop. It's just not going to happen. So you have to be the motivating factor. You are the one piece that makes a difference. How do you access that when you have been stuck for so long where you are? This is something that we can work together on. This is something, if you are frustrated by these kinds of things, I can help you. I am creating community, I am creating projects, I am creating programs to help people who have felt stuck for so very, very long to access these little packets of fuel to help you blow through the barriers that have been in place to support you as you go through those deeper, darker aspects of yourself. I'm going to leave that in just so you know this is real. I I believe in you, and I know that you are here for a specific purpose. I know that you can have what you believe you want to have. You just get to get clear on what's really yours. And then you get to get clear on what that really looks like. And then you get to get clear on why it is you really want it. Focus on that for a little while. Let's chew on that. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you so much for investing your time, your energy, for spending a few moments with me here today. If you want to share a little bit about your why, what you're up to, what you're discovering as you're taking on this contemplation, Drop some comments in the section below. You can also, you know, look me up, check me out, connect with me on social media or, um, yeah, email, I think still works for those old folks. This is Erin Curran, starting to lose my brain a little bit. I love you. Thank you for sticking around. The Unmistakable Entrepreneur and Hate Your Way to Happiness. I look forward to seeing you next time.